everybody, and welcome to the Upkeep for Monday, June 8th, 2020.
That's right, it's all of the magic news you need in 10 minutes or less.
The first big news item is, of course, Core Set 2021 previews have officially begun.
Oh boy. And by oh boy, I mean oh dog. Because that phrase doesn't make sense, but also because Hound has officially been errataed to dog now. So all of the former Hounds of Magic are now dogs in their creature type line. And mill is now a keyword.
Yeah, so a couple of cool changes coming with M21. Mill on Teferi's tutelage. The text of the card says, when Teferi's tutelage enters the battlefield, draw a card, then discard a card. Whenever you draw a card, opponent mills 2 cards.
Wow. So it would have used to say they would have put their top two cards of their library into their graveyard, or much longer ways to say it. But it's nice that we're taking it down to just one short word that everyone was already using anyways.
I gotta say, I'm happy about this Hound change too, because we got a beautiful new card in Rin and Seri Inseparable legendary creature Dog Cat. And I was telling Megan that Hound Cat just sounds not right.
Yeah, it just is not great. And of course, we also got Pack Leader.
Yes.
Which is the Dog Lord.
Yeah.
Giving all of your pups +1/+1. In addition, we know that there are 5. Each of the 5 colors has a planeswalker. We have Teferi, Liliana, Garruk, Chandra, and the new white planeswalker Basri Ket. Plus Eugene the Spirit Dragon.
Don't forget about Eugene in Standard.
That's right. And in addition, there's vertical card design for each one, which means that each card each planeswalker has a set of cards in the same color that sort of support the same idea of whatever that card is doing. Teferi, drawn cards, instant speed stuff, etc.
Yeah, like Teferi's tutelage, for example, is an example of the uncommon that goes with Teferi. And then, of course, he'll have a common too.
Yeah. We also know that there are going to be a bunch of different card styles coming with this. There are showcase treatments that include lands that have each planeswalker's home plane. There's these showcase treatments for the planeswalkers and the related uncommon and common cards. There's also borderless planeswalkers and 6 of the reprints, and then 4 main arts for Teferi, an extended art that you can find only in the collector boosters, and yes, so much art.
Yeah, the Teferi thing is kind of cool. They said they wanted to have 4 different kind of main arts for him to exemplify his controlling and manipulation of time, which I think is really neat. So you'll see not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 different arts for Teferi on just like the main art in the set, plus all of the different kinds of special arts, like we talked about the showcase treatment, the borderless, the extended art, blah, 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 blah. There's going to be a lot of Teferi in the set, which makes sense because M21 is kind of like the Teferi set.
Yes, although maybe some people are a little relieved to see that at least so far we only have the mythic Teferi planeswalker as opposed to the year of Chandra when we had 3 Chandra planeswalkers.
Yeah. That's right. By the way, you can now pre-order M21 on Arena if that's your jam, and if you get the bundle and the Mastery Pass, you get a new pet, which is a dog. We've had a lot of cat companions on Arena, but there's a new cute doggo. Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
It's a really good boy, by the way, I've heard reports.
And in case you didn't notice, this happened last week, but Wizards delayed both the announcement stream and the Arena patch last week to observe the National Day of Mourning on Thursday.
Some big tournaments are kicking off this weekend and will continue next weekend. The Regional Players Tour events coming at you this weekend. Saturday and Sunday, there's going to be so much coverage. You're going to turn on coverage, which is going to be found at twitch.tv/magic, and it'll be going kind of nonstop.
Basically nonstop. More than 1,000 players playing Standard. It's a 2-day tournament with a cut to the top 8. First place gets $8,000, and anyone with 33 match points or more advances to the Players Tour Finals the weekend of July 25th. Deck lists are open and available beginning in round 1.
So if you're interested in checking out coverage this weekend, it's going to start on midnight Pacific time on Saturday. So that's Friday night, okay? Or Saturday morning, however you want to put that in your head. But that's when it kicks off because we're encompassing the whole world here competing in this tournament, and we want to show off players playing no matter where they are. And speaking of people casting this event, Brian David Marshall back in the host seat after a long hiatus away from the game. So really cool to see him back on the caster team this weekend and next weekend as well.
Yeah, speaking of tournaments, last weekend Red Bull Untapped qualifiers happened for Germany and Spain. The top 8 in Germany had 3 copies of Temur Reclamation, Azorius Control with Yorion, Jund Sacrifice, 2 copies of that, Mono Red, and Gruul Aggro. The winner was Temur Rec. In Spain, there were 4 copies of Reclamation in the top 8. Plus 3 copies of Jund Sacrifice and a Boros Cycling. Temur Rec took it down there as well.
It is it's worth noting here that these players had less than, I think, 24 hours to adapt to the companion rule change before going into these tournaments.
Yeah.
I guess this is what you get. I don't know. I'm depressed. I'm depressed about it.
We'll see what happens. We'll see where things go in the next couple of weeks, Maria. You never know.
All right. I'll be hopeful.
There are a couple of other new rules changes. Commanders dying will now trigger death and exile triggers when they die and go to the command zone. That was announced during Channel Fireball's Command Fest. And Wizards has made ghosting and outside assistance illegal for the online players' tours.
Yeah, Reed Duke showed up to talk about this on Twitter. He says it was part of the info email that competitors received, and he's really happy about the change. How they're going to enforce it is, of course, a big question mark in another matter, but at the very least, it has now been made illegal for those players' tours coming up this weekend, and indeed, into the future.
Yeah. Bridget Roca's Secret Lair Lightning Bolt art sold for $4,000 basically instantaneously on MTG Art Market, which makes a lot of sense because that art is so cool.
Yeah, this is the one where there's a bear standing up howling. Do bears howl? What do they do? Growling?
Roar? They roar.
Roaring at the lightning coming down
Bellow?
from the sky. Bellowing. That's a great one. I love this art. I think it's gorgeous. I really hope we get sleeves with it in Arena because I think it's so cool.
That'd be really great.
Congratulations to Bridget. That art is gorgeous. And yeah, great work. Some more good news. The Battle Against Racism hosted by MTG Melee, which is a new tournament website that allows you to track what tournaments are coming up and host your own tournaments and that kind of thing, raised $18,000 for the NAACP and the Bail Project this past weekend. So big thumbs up to them for running that tournament. And thanks to everybody who donated and played in that tournament. What a great donation going out there too, hosted by MTG Melee. So thumbs up to you.
And that is all of the news for this week.
Hey everybody, if you enjoyed our news, check out our full-length podcast. It's called Good Luck High Five, and you can find it anywhere fine podcasts are found. And you can throw a couple dollars our way over on patreon.com/GLHFmagic.